Tell you who I am by the end of the song. To put it short, teacher LaShawn. You great job, great job, great job, great job.
Hey everyone, it's me, teacher LaShawn, and I am back. Yes, it's been a long break, and I just wanted to first start off by thanking everyone for their well wishes and sending out their condolences. Many of you know that I lost my husband earlier in the year in 2023, and it's been quite a journey. I've been going through this whole healing process and grieving and, whatever you want to call it. It's been a tough time, But I have to say that I'm doing a lot better than I was earlier, this year. It's really tough, because you have to get through all of the firsts, like they say, the first anniversary of everything and just redoing everything all over again. But I'm not going to get into all of that because, like I said, I'm really just trying to move past all of that. What's been really helpful is that I continue to work. Um, I was doing a lot of, the online teaching and I do a lot of gig work, but my main bread and butter has always been the online teaching. I teach ESL to students all over the world, young and old, or excuse me, young and older. But so I've been contracting with Cambly. I started contracting with Cambly about 2019, July, I think, of 2019 to be exact. And and recently, surprise, surprise, got a message the other day from them saying that they were not honoring any more contracts from teachers in New Jersey and Massachusetts. And basically, they were ending our contract. So we had to prepare and get ready to say, see you later to our students as of March. Well, first they started off and they said March 11th of 2024, and then they turned around and updated it to April of 2024. I don't know. What do you guys have to say about all of these, about these changes? I know that they had done it, I want to say maybe about a year ago. They did it to the teachers or the tutors out in California. Um, what are you guys doing? My fellow New Jersey teachers, my fellow Massachusetts teachers, like how are you supplementing your income? I know for many of us, this was, like I said, our main bread and butter. And of course, I did other things on the side as well. I know for me, I'll have to probably go back to doing some of those other things that I had stopped doing. Um, you know, Uber, um, Instacart, like things like that, until I'm able to build up my clientele in my other platforms. I do have contracts with a couple of other platforms. It's just that I don't have enough students because I've been really focusing a lot on Cambly. So, what about you guys? What are you guys planning to do? So, I'm just curious to find out like what happened, right? So, they mention in this message that they send to us, I'm talking about Cambly, that it had to do with the WARN, WARN Act. I don't know. I had never heard about it. So I went in and kind of looked at it myself. And it seems like they were talking a lot about it's like the state of New Jersey in this case. Um, they wanted to make sure that if employees were laid off, that they were receiving proper notification, and also that the companies, depending on the number of employees that they had, they would have to pay them a severance package. And initially, it seemed like they were saying that if they didn't notify the employees within, the proper amount of time, maybe like be it like less than, I think it's 90 days, um, then they would also have to give them an additional amount equivalent to the number of the number of weeks that the employee worked. Does that make sense? I don't know. I had to read it a few times in order for me to understand what they were saying. And how does it affect us? Okay, well, we're not employees of Cambly. We've always been contractors. So what they were saying is that um, they were classifying certain groups of people as employees, and there could be an opportunity for those that are independent contractors to come back and kind of complain or maybe even bring some sort of lawsuit that makes the company classify an independent contractor maybe as an employee. And so it just seemed like it was just like such a thin line. So again, I had to go back and read it like several times. So you guys read it and tell me what your interpretation of that was. But I think that was more or less the reason why they decided not to renew our contract or, keep us on. Um, Even though we're independent contractors, it was kind of like, they were scared that all of us might come back and say, hey, you haven't really classified us, and I don't really see how that would have been done. And if that's the case, is that going to affect like every person who does what's considered gig work, anyone that's not a W-2 employee? So is this going to affect like other, like I mentioned to you before, that I do like Instacart and things like that. So I'm just curious to know, is this like kind of like a situation where the state wants to control independent contractors? I'm just kind of confused with why, this would be an issue and why it would affect independent contractors the way it has. So, in the meantime, like I said, I'm back, and I guess I will be doing more videos. The biggest issue for me in terms of like me with the videos, it's not that I don't want to do videos and it's not that I don't talk about certain things, it's the editing part. And it's the thought of, do I really want to go live, or do I really want to kind of, think a little bit about what I say and kind of edit some things here and there. So that's why it kind of takes me so long to put videos out, aside from what I've been going through this whole year. Um, but I want to come back and I want to make some more videos. I want to talk a little bit about behind the scenes. There's just been so many things that have been happening. Um, and there's just been a lot having to do with mental health. And I worked in healthcare. So I have like a little bit of a background and a little bit of knowledge about mental health, especially as it became more prevalent and as people started to care a little bit more about it in New York City, because that's where I worked in healthcare. Um, and even up till now, with how it's impacted me personally. I know that working for Cambly and doing the online teaching, it was so beneficial to me. Like, I really needed to have that where I can talk to people and be in their space and not really have them in mind, if that makes sense. Um, and still be able to make money and, make ends meet and take care of my family. So I'll come back. I'll talk a little bit about that. I'll talk about, um, what it's been like, and what I've been doing also, in order to keep building. I really love teaching. I really do. All of the other things that I do, it's like I said, it's more or less just to make money. I even recently went out and I got my real estate license. I don't know how passionate I am about that, but you know, it's something that I have. But I really, really love teaching. I love, especially teaching all over the world. So I'm excited to just maybe branch out. It's kind of like maybe this is the opportunity for me to not drag my feet anymore concerning building um, my own teaching platform, or being able to uh, teach more of my own students as opposed to going through the whole contracting situation. So, what have you guys been going through? I'm done. I'm going to come back. Like I said, I'll make some more videos. I will be on here also, probably just creating more content for my students, or anyone that's even learning the English language. There's just been some things that I've been able to share with my students, and more techniques that I've been able to use with them. And um, I don't mind sharing it. But I think it was beneficial and helpful for them. I've seen a lot of aha moments with them, where they've just been like, oh, okay, from the youngest to the oldest. Um, I've seen a lot of confidence being built. So I'll come back. I'll talk about that. I'll talk about things that I've done, and I'll talk about how it's helped me, how it's helped them, and how it's even built my confidence, to keep doing this thing. Um, I did like Cambly. They've been building and building and building. The only drawback for me, honestly, in all honesty, was the pay. The pay was so low. Um, and so, I'll come back and I'll talk a little bit about that. I mean, there were times I was on and then off simply because of the pay. It wasn't that I didn't want to teach my students. Ah, all right. Well, let me get out of here. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned.